What's up, brothers and sisters? It's your brother G World 7_D. What's up, man? Just chilling right here on a Tuesday. I was about to say Monday. Yesterday was a holiday, but it's out here driving and just chilling here in this far south side of Chicago, south suburbs, northwest Indiana. So that's basically what 708 219 area code. Excuse me. As I driving, the last video I made was talking about black slave owners from the late 1700s to the mid 1800s. You did have black slave owners, which I don't understand why so many black scholars try to downplay, or they just try to say that they just purchased their family members to get them freedom. Like I read in that book and other books I have, yeah, many Negroes doing that for a profit. Now, black Americans are entitled to reparations because, for the most part, we have been totally lied to about who we truly are. All right, most of us, I repeat this over and over again, and unfortunately, you Pan-Africans and some people who call themselves ADOS or FBA don't understand that majority of them are not descendant of African slaves. They're descendant of the Aboriginal blacks that were reclassified, that was already here, and black Europeans, black Moors from Europe, who were expelled out of Europe and sent here. Many of those blacks from there have procreated to one another until over time you have us. But most of us are of that descent of those particular black groups. It's a few other black groups too, but those are the majority of us. We're mixed with the Aboriginal blacks that were here, and they were the original people here, as well as black Europeans. All right, and your Pan-Africans want to limit the information that's out there, or they basically just don't know, and some of them don't want to know, like I said before, regarding not seeing, hearing, or not wanting to say about anything. What's it said? Cannot see, cannot hear, cannot say. And most of them don't want to do that. They refuse to hear, they refuse to speak on the truth, they refuse to see the truth. So you're gonna have to do the research yourself. See, a lot of these fools don't think that there's some people out here who put in the work and do the real research, which I've done that for years. And it's not hard, but it's some work. It's some work, man. It's some work. But you got to put in the work to really study this information that's out here. Because if you go by mainstream media, you get people like Henry Louis Gates keep talking about the slave trade, and they show you this fake drawing, this illustration of a boat with people stacked up like sardines, packed up like sardines, which that image is fake. That image that they show is fake. I mean, there was a group of students at Harvard who did that, who did a fake replica of that, and they're going around teaching these little black kids at these Ivy League universities that people were shipped over or so-called slave ships, packed up like sardines. There were no slave ships; those are cargo ships. They had various different type of cargoes with some slaves on there. But when you allow other people to give a narrative to your history, this is what you get. So this is something that I challenge you, brothers and sisters, to do your own research. Yes, you had black slave owners. And those are some questionable Negroes, man. Look at the traffic up here, people clowning. Or switch lanes and all that. Now they cussing at each other. But you have questionable Negroes out here who are not willing to give you true information. They're just giving you the status quo. And you're not going to learn anything with just the status quo. You get nothing with just the status quo. So learning information is very vital and it's needed. And we really need this. We really need to do that. We really got to put the work into doing our research. So when you hear certain individuals like Angel Ramirez Jordan, Umar Johnson, the Sarah Sudin Seti, the Amara Squad. Man, those are Negroes continue to have you chasing the tail that's not there. They give you misinformation. They tell you the same tired information. They want to tell you that all black people are African, which we're not. Which we're not. Which we're not. Which we're not. But we are the Aboriginal blacks of America. You know, it's so sad though. This information is so accessible, but so many people don't want to hear it because they just want to go with that slave narrative. Which the blacks who were enslaved were the ones here first. They were the first ones enslaved. I mentioned this over and over again. Your first blacks who were enslaved were the ones here in America. All right, those were the blacks who were enslaved, and many of them had to do with. I read to you about the various different black tribes that warred with each other. You see, when I talk about certain things, I'm basically just giving you some form of platform to study on, some good information. Is that we fought amongst each other, and the losing tribes were either amalgamated within another tribe or nation, or they were made into slaves. You have to understand that, or they're made prisoners of war. They were made into prisoners of war. That's a better way to put it. So you have to understand that that mess, they just come into Africa and they just shipped a bunch of millions of black people over from Africa and they brought them into America. That's why they over in America. That makes no sense, man. You have to use common sense. That doesn't make any sense. So, but the information is out there. I'm going to do another one. I don't know if I'm going to do one today, but I'm going to do one probably a little bit later on in the week. I may do the one on the Barbary slaves, how those Negroes in North Africa had white slaves. I may do that. You know, there's other stuff I want to do. There's so much things I want to do. I'm going to talk about. Because there's so many things out there dealing with our true history. But just like Mr. Possible said, you were given an assignment. If you choose to accept it, you take it. But I give you brothers and sisters an assignment. If you choose to accept it, take it, and run with it. Because the information is out there, man. This information is out there. You're more than just an African slave. You know, when I hear that stuff now, I just, man, I really, to the point I want to throw up. When I constantly hear these Negroes throw that at you. But we are entitled to reparations, but we need to understand that we are the true Aboriginal people of this land. You gotta take pride in that, gotta love that, gotta love who we are. Yeah. Gotta love who we are. Alright. Peace and love, brothers and sisters.